Hi, Vikal. Good morning. Just doing a sound check. Okay, I got it.
You're audible. Sunil.
Yes, thank you. Can you make Vikal also co-host?
Balaji will shortly.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, got it. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Good
Thank
morning,
you.
Sunil.
Good morning.
So, appearance-wise looks okay, Sunil.
All okay. Yes, camera
Or
is
I
fine.
need to come close to the camera or something like that.
No, it looks good.
Looks okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Chalo, sir. Wish us all the best for today's
Yeah.
session.
Thank you. So I'll switch off my cam. We'll join at 5:45.
So, still we have 7 more minutes to go.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning, Vikal. Your video, I think, is not on. Yeah, we can start.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my friends and masters for day 10 of My Time Infinity program. Thank you very much to all of you for joining from different part of the world through Zoom or through YouTube channel. As you all aware, this program is co-organized by IFSS and PSSM Global. It's my privilege to host this fantastic program and the session today, and would like to express my thanks and gratitude to entire IFSS team for giving me this opportunity. All right, so warm welcome to all of you to another new day full of possibilities for all new experiences. And the same way we will do this session in two parts. Initial part will be meditation, and to guide us through the meditation, we have a fantastic master Sunil with us, who is going to guide us through this meditation for next 40 minutes. Before I hand over to Sunil, just a request to all the masters, please drop all the expectation out of the meditation. Come to the meditation with open heart and open mind, just to experience what you are going to have in next 35 to 40 minutes with Sunil. And if possible, please keep the camera on, which really motivates and encourages the masters, those who are conducting the meditation. Thank you very much. Over to you, Sunil.
Thank you, Vikal. Very good morning. Well, Vikal is a testimony of keeping the camera on. We all got encouraged from Vikal, and many people, meditation, when somebody is switching on the camera and meditating, it encourages others also to, uh, you know, meditate with that purity in mind. Great. Thank you so much. Warm welcome. Very good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone joining from different globe. Gather yourself, sit in a comfortable place wherever you are, in a room or a hall, outside, wherever you have joined for this session. Just be aware of the surroundings, the sound, the temperature, place where you're sitting. However it is absolutely fine. Accept them as they are. Slowly bring your attention to yourself, to the place where you are exactly sitting. If you are sitting in a chair or a sofa, just cross your legs, cross your feet. If you're sitting on the floor or on the ground, just sit comfortably with crossing your legs. Take support of the back if needed. The basic thing is to make your body comfortable first. Get into a sthira sukhasana. Let the body be at absolute ease. That's the first thing to do. Now you can clasp your fingers like this and place them on your lap. In case you're wearing spectacles, please remove them. We do not need spectacles while meditating. Now bring your attention to your body and close your eyes. because eyes are the doorways to the mind, and meditation is all about non-doing. Now let's scan the body from head to toe. Let's see that our face is relaxed. How's your forehead, eyebrows, your chin, lips? Don't tighten the wrist, loosen a bit. How's your neck, shoulders? Let them be relaxed completely. Relax your arms, relax your fingers, your upper back, lower back. Relax your thigh muscles, your calf muscles, feet. Make adjustments if needed. Now our body is completely at ease, relaxed completely. Now bring your attention from your body to your breath. If needed, take a couple of deep breaths. Now pay attention to your natural ingoing and outgoing breath. Let us not set any expectations from this meditation and accept everything as they are. Accept yourself, accept your breath. Thoughts of various forms can come and go. It's absolutely okay. All we need to do is cut those thoughts and come back to your breath. There will be a music played in the background, but let all our attention be on our beautiful, beautiful breath. footprints. Thoughts can come. That's how the mind is. But for now, let us be with our breath. Wonderful masters. Just be with your breath. Whenever thought appears, come back to your breath. Wonderful, friends. Please continue observing your breath. Last 5 minutes. Please continue observing your breath, my dear friends. Last 2 minutes. Wonderful, very wonderful. Now, slowly Bring your attention back to your body. Let's keep the eyes remain closed. Slowly get back to your body sensation. Get back to your body. Gently, you can now unclasp your fingers, place them on your eyes for a few seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. At your ease, you may now open your eyes and smile for yourself. Wonderful. Wonderful masters and friends, thank you so much. Even if you are flooded with a lot of thoughts, let's accept them as they are. And that's absolutely fine. So with this acceptance, we have ended a beautiful meditation on day 10. Thank you so much, Vikalji. Over to you.
Thanks a lot, Sunilji. Wow, fantastic. So nice, deep meditation we have. And, I really thank you very much for enabling everybody to keep their mind relaxed and come out with the empty mind to grasp the, vast knowledge and the wisdom session we are going to have today. I am Vikal Gupta from Bangalore, and I am lucky and happy to have Prithvi also joining me to host this session. Hi, Prithvi.
Hi, Ritu. Good morning. Good morning, Sunil.
Good morning. Thank you, Prithvi, for joining. So, friends, as we all know, there is no age for learning. It's a process. We keep learning everyone there. It could be the reading in the classroom reading, experiences, watching the videos or listening. It's a kind of process where we keep learning, and definitely the most important part of this learning comes from reading the books. We keep reading the books, and we talk about the benefits of readings, how the spiritual books or spiritual science books are more powerful. So when you read the books, it's definitely open your mind, broaden your horizon of thinking, and definitely you have to have an open mind and the acceptance to grasp the information from the books, and it totally depends on you how you transform that information into your day-to-day life and cultivate them for self-realization. So whether you are beginner or you are going to start the books or you're a book lover, but definitely I can assure you it's a session for all of us to grasp whatever maximum we are going to have lot here in today's session. As all of you know, this program is co-organized by IFSS, PSSM Global, and the fantastic topic and the subject today we have the the advantages or benefits of the books reading. So we could not have anybody else other than the passionate master Srinivas Reddy sir to come and enlighten us and take us through this subject and topic. So I request Prithvi and to welcome Srinivas sir, and then I will take a couple of minutes to just give a brief intro about him, and then we'll hand over to Prithvi.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good evening. So today we have a wonderful speaker, as Vikal was just mentioning. It is none other than Srinivas Reddy sir. So Srinivas Reddy sir is the founder of Swa-Adhyaya Yoga, which is the self-study. It is the spiritual project, and he met Brahmashri Patriji, the founder of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement in the year 1995, and got introduced to Anapanasati in that year. And he has been guiding spiritual aspirants in the magnificent areas of Swadhyaya Yoga for the past 8 years, and has great wisdom and extensive practical life experiences, which is he's going to share it with us today. And Swadhyaya Yoga, what is Swadhyaya Yoga? Is self-study, is an art of self-education, contemplation, and study that leads to self-realization. Here, Swa refers to the individual self, and the Adhyaya means the study or simply the education. So, according to Sir, education should be a continuous process from birth to death. And education is an art, a dance. It requires openness, receptivity, and mutuality and dialogues. So to share immense knowledge with us, we have Srinivas Reddy sir with us. So welcome to the program, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. And we also have Sam with us. Sampath. Can you please unmute him?
Yes. Good morning, Pedana. Srinivas Reddy sir, can you hear me?
Yeah. Sampath. Yeah, good morning.
So apart from the formal introduction that you got, I wanted to tell what I have seen with my own eyes in life. Friends, Srinivas Reddy sir is much beyond Swadhyaya Yoga, much beyond PSSM. I can sum up the whole thing in one instance, which I did not share with Srinivas Reddy sir as well, ever. Once Patri sir and I were sitting in Pyramid Valley, Pagoda. Only we both were in the room. And we both were watching Srinivas Reddy sir's video on the channelings. There was a beautiful video. We both watched it for 45 minutes. Then Patriji looks at me and says, he is one man who can just sitting at home, he can shake the whole world. What do you say? He asked me. He's like, yes, sir. I have worked with him, but I didn't know that Patri sir carries such an opinion about you, sir. I was like, it's a privilege to have you. And friends, in 2008, when we all were youngsters in Pyramid as Paima, we just requested sir to guide us, and he took hundreds and hundreds of classes to orient all of us in the right spirituality, to keep us in the scientific temper rather than going behind blind beliefs or followership. He is one man who can keep your eyes open. We should only know how to ask the right questions. I'm telling you, this is the disclaimer. You just ask simple, periphery kind of questions, you don't get the best out of him. He's an encyclopedia. Sir, I can't praise you more in front of you, more than this. It's wonderful. Vikal Gupta is hosting my time. He's a volunteer last year, and he's hosting your session for the first time. It's his privilege. And Prithvi is our senior research fellow. So welcome once again on behalf of IFSS, sir. I request everybody to make most out of it. Thank you. Thank you, Badana. Bye.
Okay, Sampath. Okay.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you for adding that incredible introduction about this, sir. So, sir, today we have a lot of questions from the team, from the participants that I'll be asking you. So, to start off with, sir, we have been practicing Anapanasati from the last 10 days now, and we have been learning about Buddha, his teachings, and the science of meditation, and the science of meditation, and all the practical steps and the basics of meditations. So when we were talking about the Buddha, we also discussed about Buddha said that we get wisdom, that is the knowledge, in three types, that is Shrutamaya Prajna, Chintanamaya Prajna, and Bhavanamaya Prajna, which is Shrutamaya Prajna is by hearing, Chintanamaya Prajna is by thinking about it, and Bhavanamaya Prajna is by experience. But books cannot give us the experience. Buddha says that the first two experiences are the borrowed knowledge. They are the borrowed wisdom. But if you have to get the real wisdom, you have to get into the experience. So books cannot actually give us the real experiences. So why then in PSSM reading books is given so much of importance, that too especially the spiritual books at first place, sir?
It's not about who gave the preference to read. So book reading is about, as you know, Buddha, he himself said, the entire Buddhism is like, it depends on the individual's consciousness, how they understand Buddhistic teachings. As far as we are concerned, we name it as existential Buddhism, though how in the existence we are part of the existence and how we need to communicate with that. So as far as book reading is concerned, book reading is about how the insights and revelations from a person in the existence communicates are documented. That is what a book definition is for us. So insights and revelations from a person who communicates with the existence, that documentation, it needs to be preserved in the form of a book. So that book is what we want people to go through. Generally, book reading means people think that any narration, anything which is documented, which is not useful for you, we never ask them to read that. So book reading has a specific guidelines. Like the context and the text part is the insights and the revelations from an enlightened person are documented. That documentation is what we need to go through.
Okay.
So it's not about 500 years ago. How many people? I actually regularly ask people, what kind of books are you reading? All people read the same books which they get from the other people, whoever are making it as a great hype in the market, the same secret books, but nobody asks, like, what is the latest book? And especially I ask a lot of people, what kind of books are you reading? They tell me all kinds of autobiographies. I accept with them. But the specific insight and the revelation is, does any individual search for an autobiography like, do you see the spiritual side of a scientist? You read autobiography of a yogi, you read autobiography of Mahatma Gandhi, it's okay, well and good. It has its own insights. But how can you know the spiritual side of a scientist?
Correct.
You don't have to become a scientist to write the book. When you read a book called a book which is complete documentation of the spiritual life of a scientist, then you can really accommodate or integrate your own point of views. So the specific point of book reading is, we need to make the individual see n number of point of views.
Got it.
That is what is the complete theme of Swajaya Yoga. Some people see something from second floor, and that doesn't mean that the second floor view is ultimate. You got the point? That is
Yes,
what
sir.
Albert Einstein said. At what level the problem exists, you can never find the solution at the same level.
Exactly.
That is a fundamental principle. So that is where, like, why do you say, like, read books by the authors who meditate, and the book will really expand your consciousness. That is the bottom line of Swajaya Yoga. Swajaya Yoga is not about reading Hindu paper or Chandamama. It's like, where are you reading from? It has a purpose, it has a context, it has everything in it. So don't make book reading the way you read your college curriculum. It doesn't fit. The same style doesn't fit in reading spiritual books. So most of the people, the greatest myth people carry is book reading means as they have read for their degree exams or for their civil service exam. That kind of book reading is not Swajaya.
True.
Swajaya Yoga has a purpose, like, the book should come from the source. And people who have read the fabrication or the most fabricated versions of the books, they definitely have a kind of jet lag reading books. So be clear what Swajaya means. That is what, like, we need to educate people why they need to really read books.
Correct.
So if you can really permit, I'll show you what Swajaya's basic fundamental themes all the masters believe in.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay, then. Okay. I really don't know.
So basically, you're saying that book reading is not for collection of information. We need to understand the experimentation of the writer,
No.
from where they are coming and with what experimentation, with what scientific temper they have experimented and they have written the book, so that it can expand our consciousness.
So it's not about that. It's about both are important, madam. Like, there are three statements throughout these 30, 40 years. I've seen three statements given by people, but very incompletely. Information should be given.
Sure.
Information is documented in the authentic books. So if you don't give information, you should not talk about transformation.
Okay.
So most of the people, they emphasize more of transformation, but they give heavy baggage of information.
Very true.
So give information which is really helpful for the spiritual needs of the person so that he can transform himself. That bridging part should be there. I read 1 lakh books. It has nothing to do with you. But what kind of information can I really pass on to you so that the spiritual needs of it caters to the spiritual needs of the person? That needs to be addressed.
Right.
Because I read 10,000 books, I can't make you waste your time listening to all my non-essentials. You got the point?
Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
for your question, and for most of the people's questions, Swajaya, this is a beautiful poem, autobiography in 5 short chapters. Okay? I walk down the street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I fall in, I am lost, I am helpless. It is not my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. This is first category of people. Always they used to criticize us, like, why you people mention most of the Westerners, why don't you mention Vedas and Upanishads? Every time we always have the highest gratitude to the Vedas, Upanishads, Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita. I can't make these first level people understand meditation or Svadhyaya yoga. Then comes the second chapter. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I still don't see it. I fall in again. I can't believe I am in the same place. It is not my fault. It takes a long time to get out. Everybody can relate with their own life or lives of the people who have
Yes,
some
sir.
experience with meditation or with the crisis and shocks of life. Then comes the third stage. I walk down the same street. There's a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it there. I still fall in. It's a habit. It's my fault. Now he agrees that it is his fault. I know where I am. I get out immediately. Now here, the Swadhyaya yoga pops in. Now, what kind of information in this universe can really help me to overcome my own self-sabotaging habits? Then you go to Joe Dispenza, he says, break the routine, break the habit of being yourself. Then comes transformation. Then chapter 4, I walk down the same street, there's a deep hole in the sidewalk, I walk around it.
Right.
After reading all Don Juan books, you don't have to go and make a exaggeration of the Don Juan books. You can go to another author. That is what chapter 5 is. I walk down a different street. Like, the book reading is about how much you believe in your potential, that your mind is unlimited. So don't see the book reading from a limitation perspective. Because somebody told you not to read books. Yeah, he's right. He's right from his experience. But read books which give you a fresh perspective. For example, you are speaking about Buddha, but this man, his name is Ethan Nichton. He wrote a book called Confidence, Holding Your Seat Through Life's 8 Worldly Winds. So all Buddha teaching should be more practical. Read book which a wind comes in your life, somebody praises you, somebody blames you, all your meditation is evaporated. Yes?
Yes.
So read books which touches the fundamentals of your approach, life's approach, existential approach. Don't have to read books written by complex minds. Read books which touch the fundamentals, which books which build bridges between what you know and what you really don't know. That is what we call it as Svadhyaya yoga. Read books which uplifts your consciousness. We never say read books which will add some more baggage into your mental body.
Got it.
So my point is, information should be transformation. Read books which gives you information and which helps you to transform. That is where the experience part comes in.
Yes, sir.
That is what is Svadhyaya yoga, madam.
Very, very clear, sir. You explained with this poem so clearly. We understood where we are exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And as you were talking about the fundamentals, that we need to get into the fundamentals, in our first session itself, first day one itself, we talked about the science of observation given by Torquem Seradiren. And thanks to you for bringing that compilation of the work done by him. So I was just interested to know why in the world you're so interested in Torquem Seradiren when there are so many other spiritual masters.
That is where, all of you must be knowing the story. Like, even initially I started with Mr. Osho Rajneesh. Then I read some of the authors. But the point is, for every individual, the things that there is a uniqueness in everyone. So for me, like, we got introduced to meditation. Then the point is, we never had that holistic view. It's like a story, like, there will be 5 students. They go, the teacher asks them to go to feel some object and come back and narrate him what they experienced. They go to an elephant. Some students, all the 5 students are blinded. One student, he touches that leg part and thinks that that object is some kind of foundational roof. The other person touches the trunk part and he feels that object to be something else. The same way, why Tarkam is because of 3 things. All the creative works done by him, it teaches you and makes you more economical. There is a law of economy in it. That is why I have chosen Tarkam, because in 1995, like, nobody pointed out that the amount of energies are being wasted in an individual. Nobody pointed out. If nobody teaches you where you are wasting energies, how can you become economical?
Right.
Everybody praises everybody. Everybody are so much satisfied at the emotional level. Tarkam Seredarian, he taught the difference between satisfaction and contentment. Contentment is a mental attitude. Satisfaction is an emotional turbulence. That is why I have chosen Tarkam. The second thing, he not only taught us law of attraction, he puts some emphasis on law of repulsion also. Throughout the world, people talk about how to attract, but nobody will teach you what you need to repel so that you attract the most authentic thing. That is why Tarkam. Third thing, the entire works of Tarkam is like, conscious repetition of the inclusiveness you need to carry at your center. These 3 laws I've seen in his approach. That is why I said, look, this man will save your life. 150 different kinds of books with all insights written by an individual who took 30, 40 years to pen down everything.
Wow.
So I want to do that journey, like, from darkness to light, from chaos to beauty. And the basic theme is like, from confusion to clarity.
Right.
So this is what I have seen, like, I felt, I never thought it out. Like, I was never thinking to read those books. I was feeling to read these books. Approaching the teacher and the teaching is 2 things. Like, you don't think about the teacher and go. Sometimes you feel about the teaching and go. So I belong to the second category. That is why I have my choice, my decision making, my choice, my adaptability was like, I want to go with him because I have seen that holistic approach. There was heart in it. There was feminine energy in it. There was group consciousness in it. And he taught us the deeper level of meditation practice is the full moon meditations.
Okay.
So that be conscious 365 days. That was a big challenge. So a vision presented by the teacher, that makes you to see your life with new eyes. So that is what I have seen in his complete approach. And basically we resonated with me and Patriji, we resonated with Starcom. Why? Because the only intention of Patriji was to establish a spiritual university. And the Tarkam said, he already prepared the curriculum. All his books are like, spiritual curriculum. It is like, BSc spiritual science, MSc spiritual science subjects. That is what made us to resonate with him. And we always tell people in the perspective of how to you need to educate yourself. And like, from the perspective of self-education, we always guide people through books. That is why Tarkam Saradarian, because they are already established spiritual university.
Wonderful, sir. As you said, the inclusivity, I have also seen the variety of the topics of Sir Darkam's books that there is nothing that he hasn't touched upon. And just that one book that I have read is The Science of Observation, and the depth to which he goes is like tremendous, and so much of scientific temper he carries with the subject. Wonderful to hear that, sir. And also you said that you go to a teacher with the feeling, with the approach of that feeling. So apart from Torcum, who are the top 3 favorite spiritual masters of you, sir?
I can tell you what I am reading now because I read like everybody contributes at something, like if I was not personally felt the oceanness of Osho, I would never would have researched about Arkham. For me, like law of economy is rather more important. Like we need to be more economical with our energies. And you can never find economy of energies in Osho's teachings.
Right.
So they have, everybody has their own unique flavor. And like, my favorite is like, whenever we are in a kind of spiritual crisis, some book which uplifts us is my favorite. Because they would have been in the same pattern ahead of us. Like, in the year 2004, not 2004, 2004, 2005, we got resonated with a nice book called Going Deeper by Jean-Claude Cohen. How to make sense of your life when your life makes no sense.
Okay.
Because that was the first book which says, yeah, you people are doing surface meditation, Baba, go much deeper into it. And it was very hard for us to convey that message to the people. Going Deeper by Jean-Claude Cohen. It's one of the fantastic books. Everybody should read that book. Going Deeper by Jean-Claude Cohen.
Okay.
And especially now I'm reading this book, Mind Magic, James R. Doty.
Wow.
The first book was Into the Magic Shop by the same author, because this book is by a neurology specialist. He is speaking about what kind of pseudoscience is being taught in the world regarding manifestation.
Okay.
And this guy, James R. Doty, he has 40 years of experience. Will you read this documentation, or will you go through with the pseudoscience presented in the market? We never advocate pseudoscience. After 10 years, 15 years, Into the Magic Shop was the first book by the same author. He took 15 years to write his second book. You can never write every 1 hour, you can never write one Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita you can give the essence of Bhagavad Gita. It takes some time, and you should give time for the people to assimilate it, digest it.
Right.
There is no digestion after reading books. There is only marketing after reading books. That is where I said, like, take leave from people. Because you people are in the mode of branding, in the mode of marketing the concept rather than actualizing it in your own life. Then what is the use of Swajaya and what is the use of meditation? You tell me. If you don't become conscious, if there is no progressive consciousness increase in every individual, how can the group transformation can it happen? So read books which challenge you. Every author who challenges you to become more a being, any author who challenges you to first practice yourself, then preach, then I am always with all the authors. I am not with any author who says you're ultimate, you don't have to do anything, he is making you spiritually lazy.
Right.
Any author who makes you mentally active, spiritually active, emotionally active, physically active, read any author. Don't read an author who says your physical body is active, you don't have to take care of your soul, then don't read those books.
Got it, sir.
That's it. So
Wow.
for me, Jean-Claude Cohen, James R. Doty, this year, Deepak Chopra, he wrote a book called Quantum Body.
Yes, yes.
So a quantum science-based causal body explanation is being attempted. You see, the most of the scientific people are now trying to explain the critical words of spiritual science. The Karana Sharira is what our quantum body is. Now, like, you can see the fusion happening between this mysticism and quantum terminology.
Yes.
Read those books. Then you can talk your views. You will definitely have an open mind. The only thing which you can get from Swajaya is an open mind. With meditation, your heart will be open, and with your Swajaya, you'll have an open mind. If you're both, you have an open heart and open mind, then you can work with the communities and other people. You can never work with other people with a closed mind.
Very true. We actually got the actual reason why we should be reading, because to open the mind.
Absolutely.
That is so important, sir. So,
And
sir,
most of the people with their closed minds, they ask questions. That is why they get so much of reprimand thing from the teacher.
Very true.
And it's you can never find a teacher who reprimands you. You find always a teacher who praises you. That is the most difficult part of the now today's culture. Everyone wants it to be applauded, praised. Oh my God. And we spend the with the teacher who was always, we need to be more conscious, because the moment he catches us, he will reprimand us. So read some hard books, madam. Don't read books which pleases your egos. And books are for your spiritual upliftment, not for your ego boostings. And I find 90% of the people boosting other people's egos. This is not about people pleasing. It is about your expansion, you becoming real.
True, true, sir.
That's it.
So, sir, you were talking about the pseudoscience and people having wrong notions about spirituality. So, what exactly is the difference between spirituality and spiritual science?
Spiritual science means which gives you real proof, evidence not only physically. The proof and evidence should be there at the emotional level, at the mental level, and how that abstract thing becomes concrete. The invisible thing, how is it manifesting in the visible spectrum? It needs to be explained to the people. Spiritual science doesn't mean I go and sit in meditation. I get an idea and I prepare an atom bomb and I give that atom bomb to the politicians, that is not science. The science should help for every individual to become pro-survival. Science which backs up the common good, that is real spiritual science. For people, science means going into the lab, wearing white dress and coming out with the solution. That is not the science we are speaking. We are speaking the science which caters to the common good of humanity. Which works for me can work for you. So, the thinking mode should be upgraded. As a real spiritual scientist is an inclusive thinker. He doesn't have self-interest. And by default, what is happening is people are functioning from their default mode and labeling themselves as scientists. You can never be in the default mode. You should be a conscious thinker. Then you become one with the laws of the nature. That is spirituality. This science attitude that needs to be fused. Science means accuracy. Spirituality means progressiveness. How much did you progress physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually from yesterday to today? That counts. You never progress for 30 lifetimes because of that time delay. You can never be scientific. Science means accuracy. You observe a spiritual scientist, he gives accurate statements. He never gives statements what he have read or what he has listened. He gives accurate statements from his wisdom or from his own experience. You don't become a parrot repeating other people's words. Spiritual science means you reframe your own wisdom statements. That you frame your own mahavakyas, you frame your own insights out of your own experience. That experience comes from your own integration. The only point is, are you integrated or not? And most of the people, their mental body is somewhere, the emotional body is somewhere, their physicality is somewhere. Nobody will address, oh, I have so much of gaps inside me, how to bridge those cleavages. Yeah, there comes science. Science means building bridges. Who will build your bridges in your external world? Tell me.
Right.
Engineer. Yes or no? So who should build the inner bridges, inner cleavages?
Inner engineering, sir.
That's it. That the same stuff, you can call it as inner engineering or outer surgery, but I'm not labeling the thing. It's like, whatever you are doing, it should happen in a more accurate way. That
Right.
accuracy is what we need to learn from Mr. Patriji. That accuracy is not what is lacking nowadays after his demise. The accuracy is not there. There is only explanation part. Everybody are trying to explain enlightenment to others. How can you explain? You can show the path. Look, Patriji never advocated people to babysit others. Spiritual science is not about babysitting. And it is very hard to listen these facts. You ask me, I'll show you. If at all you allow me, I'll show you because I already prepared.
Sure, sir, sure.
Yeah. Because otherwise, I feel very incomplete. Like, you ask me, so this is what? Truth is always truth. your meditation, your book reading, your sajjana sangatya, your experiences, your relationships, or your karma, whatever vocabulary you use. Because throughout my 30 years experience with Pyramid Spiritual Society or with Patriji, this was the word he always uttered whenever we were having a conversation. He was always used to say, like, Satyameva Jayate, Satyameva Jayate. That is what we need to search for. Am I truthful for myself? Am I telling my truthful experience to others? And even, the tagline for Pyramid Meditation Channel, Pratikshanam Satya Darshanam, let truth prevail. Then if every individual is really so truthful, then what is happening in the organizational level? What actually is truth science? I was searching and I got 38 to 40 psycho-educational traits where people can really self-inquire, are they truthful or not? Second, truth is non-exclusionary. You tell me, sometimes while I am talking to Miss Prithvi Shambhala, I am truthful, but while I am talking to myself, I exclude my own emotions. I never feel my own emotions. How can I learn something in my life? 3, truth is available. Autobiography Yogi, the book is available in the market, in the railway station bookstall. You never go and pick that book. And you're talking about the so-called metaphysical truths. Already Yogananda Paramahamsa Garu, he had done the journey, he documented that. You never look for the maps. You want to pick up something. Unless and until you become nothing, you can never become something. 4th, spiritual organization has integrity of purpose. Whatever integrity you have, that reflects in the community where you are working.
Right.
That is the truth. 5th, truth is non-sectarian. Now, what should I tell you? You tell me. You have so many cults, so many sects, so many mini gangs, according to your mood swings. Truth is independent of opinion. That is what my experiments of with truth, Mahatma Gandhi Garu, what did he write in his entire book? Truth is devoid of positionality. We always want position. We want to dominate others. We want people to listen to us because we know something and we never resolve our own vanity. Truth has no requirements or demands. That is what Jesus said. Ask, it will be given. And you people, every individual whom we encounter in meditation, they demand. When are you going to give us enlightenment? When are you going to give us third eye opening? Oh my God. Truth is non-controlling. Soul is non-controlling. Facts are non-controlling. Real books will never control your emotional bodies. They make you more of soul in charge. You become more authentic. Truth is free of force and intimidation. It is very hard for you people to learn. That is why I ask Sampath, please don't call me for classes because I need to present all these truths. And people doesn't like. People want something pleasing to be said so that temporarily they feel okay. But truth is not that. Truth is non-binding. Freedom is innate to divinity. Truth is commonality. Whatever is common inside you, me, everybody, that other than soul, everything will perish. That needs to be addressed in every meditation session, every Svadhyaya Yoga session, every Sajjana Sangatya session. Next, truth is inspirational. That is why Svadhyaya Yoga. I read Jaggi Vasudev's Karma, Jaggi Vasudev's Death Book, Mystic Musings, because they're inspirational. He may say, don't read books, but sir, you may say, don't read books, but your book, Death, really inspired me. Truth is non-materialistic, and people are searching for truth in the materialistic domain with their five senses. Truth can be accomplished only once you know that you have the higher senses, which are non-local, functioning in the non-local domain. Truth is self-fulfilling. Truth is detached. Truth is benign. Truth is unintentional. Truth is non-dualistic. Most of the people from India, they read only dualistic teachings. Truth is tranquility and peace. Truth is equality. Truth is non-temporal. Truth is beyond proof. Truth is mystical. Truth is ineffable. Truth is simplistic. Now you come to the point. Do we read books which are more complex, or do we do read books which makes us more simple?
Make us simple.
That is what I say. Okay, now you have a different idea of karma. You want the simple version of karma, then read this book. It is not advice, not given. It is up to the person to sit with the book and communicate and conversate with that book. Truth is affirmative. Truth is non-operative. Truth is invitational. See how beautiful. Every session, every second, you have an opportunity to open yourself. 31, truth is non-predictive, because the next second it changes. And 32 is my favorite. Truth is non-sentimental. And people want all sentimental stuff to be read, to be seen in the TV, to be heard again and again. Spirituality is non-sentimental. Truth is non-authoritarian. Truth is non-egoistic. Truth is educational. Truth is self-supporting. Truth is freestanding. Truth is natural. And 39 is truth is paradoxical. 40, truth is has continuity of consciousness. It has continuity. These 40 things are the answers for the people why to read books. Because you will know your truth science if you believe in reincarnation and karma. And this concept was written by a scientist.
Yeah. Sir, with this list, you actually opened up my heart with the list of truths. It just
that is what is like, you know the difference between what you read and before that how much you were charged, and the 38 points which will charge up. That education, by being absent and only presenting the subject so that the things will really uplift their consciousness, is what I mean to say Swadhyaya Yoga is all about. That is what he taught us. That is why he always used to say Satyameva Jayate. And people forget that concept. And that is what I was saying from the very starting of this class. Let us go to the fundamentals.
right. So, sir, I've come from a research background where I used to work in the laboratories, as you said, and wanted to know about the cells. And I used to work with the petri dishes and all. And then once I got into the meditation, the real search, as you said, to experience it in my own body, what the cell is, that quest started when I heard psychosomaticity from Patri sir. So what is so unique about PSSM and Patri sir in this concept, sir, in bridging science and spirituality?
That is what I'm saying. I've been saying, like, most of the scientific books, the influence of scientific research was more on Patriji. For example, Nobody knows that. Like, in 1998, he used to read, he read a book called Making Miracles by Dr. Paul Parshall. Dr. Paul Parshall, he was the person who taught psychoneuroimmunology. So, impact, he was actually diagnosed with some cancer. Now he cured himself because he understood law of uncertainty more authentically.
Right.
So that near-death experience of Paul Parshall, he documented in the book Making Miracles. That had a great influence on this man. And he said, like, now the point is you need to have that miraculous thinking is part of yourself. That was part of, unless and until you connect with your inner thing, the brain activity, the neuroscience, how it is mapping your practical meditation. Nowadays, you can see it in your the way you study your brain.
Brains, yes.
In 1990s, 1980s, no one studied their brain structure.
Right.
So the neuroscience, now it started fusing with your spiritual science. That is where, like, he was the first person, Paul Parshall, he said, a heart has more intelligence than brain. And people were laughing, like, what is heart, Baba? Everything is brain oriented. In 1998, somebody speaking of heart coherence, it was like, impossible. Now we had to sit with Paul Parshall and read his books. That is what the real influence, that is what is real bridge.
Right.
Like, everything is uncertain. Your next moment is uncertain. Okay. When are we a particle? When are we a wave? Can never be predicted. See, the Dr. Paul Parshall's influence on Patriji was so much there because he had that near-death experience.
Okay.
And even now, we have mind magic. This man, James R. Doty, he's also a neurosurgeon, a cardiac.
Yes.
He is one of the topmost guy. So what he says is, look, never be in your default mode. There is a salient network. There is other 4 networks inside your brain, so that your neurons fire more authentically if you are more relaxed.
Right.
And after meditation, you should become more relaxed. Your relaxation response should increase.
Correct.
It is reactivity that is what is increasing. Then there is your meditation technique needs to be tuned. You got the point?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. And also, Vikal Gupta is also having some questions. Vikal, please ask your questions.
Yeah, thanks, Prithvi. Thank you very much, sir. I'm feeling blessed by, witnessing this session here and, the shower of the knowledge being transferred to us. Thank you very much for that. It's my privilege that, I'm talking to you live on this platform here. So, though you have answered, most of the question which, I had, but just for the, in the interest of the beginners, we have a lot of beginners here on the platform joining new, and they want to start the journey for, a habit to build the reading the books and all. So, I will club couple of, points together and just request you if you can just briefly answer that. What kind of books do we read? What could be the good timing for the book to be read just before sleeping, last 1 hour or early in the morning? And what will keep you motivated? We have some question come across that some people will start reading books, they will read 5-10 pages, and then they take months or 2 months or 3 months they will complete those books. So is there any timeline where we have to select one book and complete in that duration? So these kind of general question, I know you have answered that and linked with all higher side. But for the basic beginners, I request you if you can throw some light on this, please.
So I'll speak this from my own experience, okay?
Sure, sir.
There are two types of book readings, okay? You need to have your intention to be more clear. Intention is a very big word. Book reading should make you read paragraph or a line. One sentence is also enough. Reading one complete book in a day is also okay, but it's up to you. The point is, don't pick up a book. I am this book I picked up and say, I'm reading this book to show to my friends or my relations that I read some book which made me special. Don't read such kind of books which make you more special. Okay. Read a book, pick up a book, have an intention of reading a book that this book after reading will add some extra point of views in me and make me more inclusive. Don't read books to show off your intellect. Don't pick up a book to make yourself more special. Pick up a book to make you more inclusive. Even a paragraph daily is enough for such kind of people who wants to be inclusive. Because finally what happens is, you get interested in other point of views, like, okay, a psychologist is seeing confidence word from this view. Now, how does an artist see the same word? How does a sportsman see? So all point of views, they make your mental space expansion. Because your mental space is being expanded, you accommodate the capacity of your consciousness expands. People do the otherwise. Let me financially get settled, then I'll think of developing my brain. No, it comes from top to bottom. That is transformation. Your thoughts are more powerful, your emotions are more powerful, then comes your denser part. And people go the otherwise, bottom to top. So read books written by two opposite views, then your mind expands. Read books by simple authors who have written Buddhism, read books by simple authors who have written Taoism, read books from science, read books from educationalists, read books from spiritual politicians, read books written by spiritual economists. You see, there are only 7 things, 7 point of views, either politics, education, artist, way you communicate, science, religion, economy. These 7 endeavors will tell you 7 things. Either book reading should increase the beauty in you. Don't pick up a book and which makes you more ugly. Beauty should be emphasized. That is what entire Shiva Sutras are. Then read books which emphasize more of goodness. Don't think of badness. Third, pick up books which make you more joyful. Don't read books or do research on sadness. It is waste of time. Don't do research on depression. Do research on the vitamin called joy. Meditation and joy. Fourth, read books about freedom. Don't do your research on slavery. Most of the people do research on how addiction should be overcome. You will become more addictive. Next, read books which makes you more of striving, more of self-exertion, more of like, which tells you the importance of spiritual labor. And read books which makes you more resilient, more sacrificial. These are the fundamental principles you need to, before making a choice. It takes hardly 30 seconds to, oh, this book has beauty. Then pick that book and read one line. That is enough. Because why people read only one paragraph or one chapter is because there is a saturation level for everybody. Okay. That is why I always say you should read any particular book 7 times. Because one time you read that book, you see that book from your physical level. Only you take the physical part from that book. Then you go second time, you see that book from your emotional body. So whatever is the content of emotionality is there in that book, that you see in second time. Third time, you see the mental stuff because you are functioning from your mental body. Fourth time, you see the cause of why he wrote that book. You see that book from your intuitional body. That book teaches you the importance of seeing the causes. Then next time you see the willpower, what kind of commitment the author had to write that documentation. Then you cultivate that willpower. See, 7 times, 7 different bodies, 7 substances make you see 7 different dimensions in a book. Then what is not really helpful for you? Meditation is helpful for you. Bhagavad Gita is helpful for you. But what you see is what you get. Inside, you don't see anything and you want to see something more infinity thing outside you. You need to believe inside yourself. That is why I always say, gradient, gradual steadiness is what Swadhyaya will cultivate in you. That steadiness should be there. That regularity should be there. At least one line is enough. One paragraph is enough. You don't have to do that marathon running with the books. Because because Prithvi, she read 100 books, I don't have to compete with her to. The only thing is how cooperative I am becoming after book reading. Is now how I need to compete with others. That competition within these meditation groups are killing their mental bodies. And you people are becoming so competitive. My God, God saves such kind of people, because meditation and book reading is about science of cooperation. Oh my God. Oh my God. When will every individual come out of that egoistic competitive levels? Everybody are starting a cult, a group to compete with others. My God. No Krishna can save you. This is about cooperation, inner cooperation. It's about inner friendship. And we are talking about the direction. Don't externalize, you internalize yourself. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is why I always say, read some books or sit with the people who will say, there is something wrong. Always Patri ji used to say, there is something wrong with this man, because the wrong is you observe through science of observation, the entire spiritual organizations, no one is encouraging the intellect part.
Right.
You should be intuition based, but your intellect should also work. Without intellect, there is no choice making. Without choice making, there is no physical life. You see, the responsible choice of using your brain should be emphasized. And all organizations making everybody spiritually lazy, as if they are going to take everyone's baggage. That is why Buddha said, be a light unto yourself. Be a light unto yourself has a paradoxical statement. You can't shine with others people's light. You need to cultivate your own light. How can you cultivate your own light? By doing meditation and doing some inner research. And inner research should be documented. How can you say to Krishna, Krishna, please don't give Bhagavad Gita to people? How can you say, don't document Shiva Sutras? Oh my God.
So true, sir. I mean, you touched upon the exact thing that book reading is not to just develop the, to show it off that I know something, but the intent is so very important, and also it is to expand the perspectives. Also, you mentioned about we read a book 7 times. Actually, I was reading this Power of Now the third time. I was thinking that maybe my grasping power is not so good, so I'm reading this book again and again. But now I understood, once we read it, it is from a different body levels that we read and we are able to grasp the book. That is so clear for me. Thank you so much, sir. So if
Yeah.
you have some more time, we have a small rapid fire. So please tell in one word, sir, that occurs to your mind when I take the names of the following masters. Just one word, sir. Osho.
Osho, deconditioning agent.
Torkum.
Future.
Buddha.
Buddha for me means joy. Is completely joy.
Mahavir.
Harmless.
Harmless.
Harmless. Harmlessness.
Jesus.
My God. Jesus means the highest politician. The best version of a politician is Jesus Christ.
Rampa.
Rampa is completely an abstract generalist. Is an abstract generalist who talks about abstract so many things, but he's a generalist.
Blavatsky.
Blavatsky is a true warrior, true surrenderer. She surrendered herself in the particular lifetime to the hierarchy.
Okay.
You need to learn the art of surrendering from her.
Surrender. Okay, nice. And Krishna, sir.
Krishna, my God, how can I Krishna is such a beautiful thing, uh, the complete playfulness, cosmic playfulness is what the biggest thing which we need to contemplate on. That cosmic playfulness is what that Leela.
Leela. Yes.
Only you can understand better version of Leela after you seriously study Hinduism and Buddhism.
Okay.
You better understand Osho's Krishna philosophy after going through the group work. Working with people, all your wisdom comes from once working with people, once you see that as playfulness.
Right.
Otherwise, there are so many spiritual conflicts, which he surpassed with so much of playfulness. So it needs to would have gone through that seriousness only. Then you understand that playfulness of master.
Wonderful, sir. Sir, Gurdjieff.
Gurdjieff, my God, don't ever think of meeting Gurdjieff. Okay.
Okay.
Because without Gurdjieff, there is no bridging of Eastern and Western things or the so-called spiritual vocabulary. You should know what role did real Gurdjieff played. Gurdjieff is the real bridge maker. Without Gurdjieff, the subconscious mind, conscious mind unconscious mind and superconscious mind, these four words were so much confusing to the seeker. Because of his work, people got the clarity over, oh, this is subconscious, this is unconscious.
Okay.
He was the only person who gave that shift from that you have so much of mechanicalness stored in you. Break that mechanicalness and become conscious. Break that routine was heavily emphasized by Gurdjieff. He was a real bridge.
Wonderful. And Lao Tzu, sir.
How is nature? Flow. Like, don't, there are three words which we need to learn. First is idea. Human being is an idea. Meditation is an idea. Teacher is a role and idea. Teaching is an idea. Teaching is so abstract. That idea become less denser, come to your brain and mind, it becomes an ideal, a principle. That can be inclusiveness, righteousness, or separatism, whatever. That principle becomes an idol because it manifests. What is happening is people started seeing that idol. They never see the ideal or the meaning or significance of the idea. And Lao Tzu was the only person who says, Arey Baba, you people are formless. Why don't you enjoy that form for some time and return to your source called formless?
Right.
That simplicity, you can see it's all, that poetic simplicity you can see only in Tao teachings.
True, sir.
He
True.
was the only person who said, Baba, you people are formless. Why are you getting stuck in form? And he always emphasized that explanation part should not be there. He was always like, be natural. Once you are natural, all artificiality will be stripped away from you. That is what he called it as flow.
Wow. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I mean, just with this rapid fire, we can see the vastness of the wisdom that you are carrying, sir. Thank you so much. So if you have some time, can we take the questions from the participants? Okay, sir. So we have one question in the chat from Anju Arora. She's asking which books to read. Losing loved one and not able to come out of the grief even after 1 year. After years, sorry.
I love that book. Like, even I was reading so many books because even I had that problem. Then any book by, okay. Matthew McKay, he wrote the latest book called Lessons from the Afterlife. Love in the Times of Impermanence. Read those two books by Matthew McKay. And people are seeing the word grief from other angle, but grieving is very good. Grieve and embrace grieving. Then only then you'll come out of that grief. Don't fight with that grief. Embrace that grief. Because the grief want to teach you something, embrace that.
Okay.
Don't fight with the grief. The only best book about dying and the loss of the loved ones, the master class teacher is Matthew McKay, because he lost his son and his son communicates with him from the other side, Jordan, and he wrote a latest book called Lessons from the Afterlife, Deep Knowledge Meditation. He emphasized that deep knowledge meditation.
Okay.
Read all books by Matthew McKay, Lessons from Afterlife, Love in the Time of Impermanence. This is an impermanent journey, and love is full of existence, is full of love. So become more unified. Don't become more of a divided self. Okay,
Yes.
grief is not at all wrong. Grief is always the best thing to feel. Grieve more, then you'll come out of that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And also, we have been putting all the books that sir is mentioning in the chat, and we'll also share it in the WhatsApp group. So we have one hand raised from Lata. Can we please unmute Lata, madam?
Thank you so much, Prithvi. Thank you, sir. I have a question. Like you said, make a conversation with. So how to do that?
What? I didn't get you.
Um. Okay. So in your class, you said make a conversation with the book, communicate with the book while reading. So what does it mean, sir?
It means like, you become, your brain should not be in turbulence while reading book. It should be in quiet mode. Then only then you know what is happening between two sentences or between a word and word. There is a gap. That gap will communicate and send some message to you. If you are full of turbulence, you are thinking of your husband and reading a book, then you are seeing that book with the filter of your husband.
Mm-hmm.
So read the book initially in a very relaxed, quiet mode. There should not be turbulence. Some memory stimulation should not be there while reading book. Reading book, you should become empty. Empty means you should not be preoccupied. So you should become a listener while reading. While reading, most of the people become speakers. Something is chattering inside your brain, and that chatter will never allow you to see the meaning part in that book. That is why they have a heavy conflict there. You become calm here, read the book, then you become a listener. The book is speaking and it is cultivating the art of listening to you. See, it is not helpful for you. What is happening is the reverse. This is chattering. Already there is noise. And you say that this book is not telling me anything because you're already preoccupied with your so much of noise inside you. Oh my God, oh my God. And people comment on Bhagavad Gita. Either people comment too much on Bhagavad Gita and praise it, or they become the traitors of not liking the book. I am always saying the teaching is there in the book. Teachers may be there or may not be there, but teaching is always there in the form of books. Once you are ready, the book will appear in your life in the form of a teacher. Now it is up to you. You take it up or you postpone. It is up to you.
Okay.
It is up to you. Books cultivate art of listening. Book cultivates art of receptivity. And nobody is ready to receive or to give. Always they want something. They function from their greediness. Function from some your generous nature. Become a little bit generous. While reading your book, love yourself and read that book. Don't read book with so much of unworthiness inside you. Don't read books with your cultivated skepticism. Read books with your scientific skepticism.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And one more question also I have, but I got answer while you are talking. Like we need to read the book 7 times. Sir, any book for you is hard to read more than 7 times?
It's like, slowly what I'm becoming is I'm becoming socially isolated. Rather than talking to people, I really don't know how many times I read all books.
Okay.
Because talking to people and they expect you to function from their own likes and dislikes is so saturating. So now I myself, I'm observing myself, I'm becoming socially very disconnected because I can't tell the science part. People want whatever they like to be spoken, which I can't do. So that because to surpass that, I'm spending more of my time with books.
Okay.
Now the way I'm becoming so crazy, I'm even the next month, what kind of latest books are coming? I'm looking for that.
So you never bored of books, sir? Suppose
It's not boredom. It's like, like, I am playing a role of invisible librarian.
Invisible.
So yeah, because all my experience with group experiences, they are like, they are completely full of a bit of tragedies. There, some kind of conflicts are there. I really don't mean to say that the things are going in a very wrong way, but I really, in the bottom of my heart, I feel that we are in transition.
Right.
So the entire humanity is in the transition phase. I think everything, people will listen to you around 2030, because the entire turmoil, we can't say anything. We are in the entire transition phase. So in this transition phase, I really don't want to come and either I want to be more emotionally turbulent, or I don't want to participate in the other people's turbulence. So that is where now, but the best books are coming now. That much I can surely say. The best books from the individuals are coming now. More
Okay.
best books.
So,
When seen in 2000, now the best books are coming.
so how do you find, sir, this is the best book, or it is a hard book? How to
Because
find that?
best book will always make you more inclusive, which makes you more holistic, which makes you more synthesized, and which takes you to your being level, your future. A book will make you a Krishna. That is what you need to see into that book. Don't read a book which makes you more separatistic.
Right.
Don't read books which will always take you into the past. Read a book which accompanies and makes you flow with your vision.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, madam, for asking that question.
Yeah.
So we have one last question in the chat, sir. Does making note help when reading to remember and understand the content of the books?
Absolutely. The entire 150 books of Tarkam is his own journaling.
Okay.
If he really didn't journal, then he would not have written 150 books. Osho never penned down anything he was telling, and people typed that books. But the real author, he know what is happening in his meditation. After meditation, they do the journal part.
Okay.
Without journaling, what happens is you miss the most important components while bridging.
Right, sir.
Journaling, conscious journaling is always advisable.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Personally, I got so much of clarity on book reading, and I'm so grateful for your time and sharing this wisdom. Thank you so much, sir. Now I give it over to Vikal.
Thank you very much, sir. It is not, we don't feel like to, give a full stop this session, continue. But in the interest of time, we have to say thank you very much for your time. And at the same time, would like to check if Rajan sir is available, would like to invite him for his views on the session. Thank you, Rajan sir.
Thank you, Vikalji. Thank you, Srinivas. I think it is a wonderful session. And once again, it has been proved that every inch of your body is nothing but knowledge. And not only that, we need at least 2 hours. I don't think this such a short time is enough to speak to you. Even the other day when we spoke to each other, I think we spoke for almost half an hour over the phone. But then your knowledge is so vast. But I should say one more thing. Probably you may accept what I say, that you are brutally frank in your expressions about how organizations function and how we all live. So this brutal frankness is really very, very appealing to me.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say even about that miracle you had said, there are two ways to live. This is what Albert Einstein has said. You can live as if nothing is a miracle, and you can live as if everything is a miracle.
So the choice is left to you. And that is a wonderful quotation of Albert Einstein. Once again, I have to thank you, Srinivas ji, for giving so much knowledge on under the banner of the IFSS, because we would like to keep on corresponding with you and getting more and more knowledge from you. But I will be failing in my duty if I don't say that one book that has really inspired me. I do not know whether you agree with it, but I would like to know your opinion. That is about Thinking and Destiny, the book by Harold Baldwin Percival, which was written over a period of 30 years. 30 years, I should say. And he had said, I would like to recollect that, he had said the greatest inspiration for him to write the book Thinking and Destiny was the Bhagavad Gita. So it is so great of him, being a Christian by birth and following Christianity. Every word of Christianity he was following through his life. But only after the age of almost 18, there was a complete turnaround for him. And then he thought of writing whatever wisdom he gathered through a very great astral experience that he had. And he took the trouble to write the book over the period of 30 years. So there, the stress has been on feeling and desire. How feeling and desire is so very important for every human being here. So once again, I would say that is very, very true. And his out of the box thinking of Harold Percival really made me wonder about what this man was. But he knew all about Vedanta, he knew all about Christianity, he knew all about every other religion. That is the greatness of Harold Baldwin Percival. So this is one more book I would recommend to our friends who are seeing this, who are aligned to this program. And once again, I have to give all the thanks to Srinivas Reddy for introducing Tarkamsaritarian in most of our libraries, because I am reminded about his quotation that everyone should be a self-actualized master. That means one who lives and acts a self-conscious, self-determined, and self-actualized, free and awakened individual. And this is what is important. So last but not the least, the icing on the cake today by you, Srinivas, was the 40 principles of 40 characteristics of truth. Because I again remember what Richard Bach said, that the the only thing that we have to do after every lifetime is to be true to oneself. So the truth is absolutely important, and that is what Mahatma Gandhi has also said. So with these words, I thank you once again. Let us be communicating with each other more frequently so that you are able to download all the knowledge that you have in great installments to all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your words. And in the interest of time, we have to conclude the session. And I would like to say thank you to
And
IFSS. And
I want Swarnalata madam to speak.
I just saw the madam video is on. I was about to call her. Thank you very much, Srinivas, sir, for inviting her. Over to you, Swarnalata madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Naina, thank you very much. At least we have to hear you twice in a week. Not in IFSS, anywhere. Then only it will be fair for everybody to be fair enough to live, not to talk, to live in a fair way.
Yeah.
It's necessary to hear you.
Yeah.
Yes. Even that isolation I am also feeling, but I am feeling maybe.
Celebrate isolation.
See if there is some technical issue in the video streaming. So, anyways, so I think, yeah, madam.
Yes. Thank you, Nana.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you very much, sir, and deepest gratitude to all of you and all the masters and all the participants and who have joined from all across the world. Thank you very much. We'll meet again tomorrow 5:45 morning Thank you very much. And thank to IFSS and PSSM partners. Thank you very much.